today I'm sharing a short story written by Leo Tolstoy. This story is called 3 Questions. There was once a king who thought one day that if he had the answer to 3 questions, he would never really fail at anything. And those questions were: 1. What is the right time to begin something? 2. Who are the people that he should be engaging with and people that he should be avoiding? So in short, who are the most important people? And 3rd, what is the best thing to do? So he let it be known far and wide that he was looking to the answers to all these questions. And in return, he had also announced a reward for somebody that gave him answers, that made sense. So there were a lot of wise men that came, from all over the kingdom, and they gave him different answers really. So the first question, he got responses like you should follow a timetable which will tell you what is the right time to start something, to begin something. The other said that there's no way of saying, what's the right time. And then there were people that said that you can't really ever know it by yourself, so you should take the help of astrologers and magicians, who would be able to predict the right time. Then in response to the second question, who are the right people to engage, somebody said scientists, somebody said soldiers, again varied answers. And the third question, what's the most important thing to do? Again, he got a multitude of answers, focusing on science, focusing on war, etc., etc. Now, none of these answers satisfied the king, so he decided to go visit this hermit that he had heard lived in the forest close by. And the thing about this hermit was that he didn't really meet a lot of people. He didn't go out of his hut, or the house that he was in, and that he only met very simple people. So the king decided that he's going to go with his bodyguards on his horses, however, leave them some distance away from the hut, and he would dress simply and then go meet the hermit and seek the answers that he wanted. And that's exactly what he did. When he reached the hut, he saw the hermit was digging the ground. So he greeted the hermit and he asked him these 3 questions that he was seeking answers to. In response, all he got was silence. The king stood there for a little while, and then he noticed that, when the hermit was digging the ground, because he was old, he was getting exhausted and his breathing was very labored. So the king offered to help and said, why don't you have some rest? I will dig the ground for you. So the hermit thanked him and sat down. So after a little while, the king asked him these 3 questions again, but all he got was silence. And in a little while, the hermit said, let me now dig the ground. Why don't you take rest? So the king said, that's fine. I will continue to dig. But what I would really appreciate is answers of these 3 questions from you. Again, there was silence. There was no response to that. It was almost like the hermit hadn't heard him. This puzzled the king, but he continued to dig. And soon it was evening. The sun had set. And that's when the king really sort of seemed to lose a little bit of his patience, and he said, are you going to answer the questions that I need or I seek an answer of? And the hermit just smiled and he said, he pointed towards a path that was leading to the hut and said, look, there comes someone running. So the king turned and looked, and there was this man that was clutching his stomach, running towards the hut. And as he got nearer, it was clear that he had a wound on his stomach and he was bleeding profusely. So the king dropped the shovel and ran to this man, and with the hermit's help, lay him down on a cot in the hut. And the king began to tend to this man's wound. So after multiple bandages and dressing, he was able to make the bleeding stop. And by that time, night had fallen. So the king was very exhausted because, he had walked to the hut, he had been digging the whole day, and now he had tended to this man. So he fell asleep at the foot of the bed on which the wounded man lay. The next morning when he woke up, it took him a little while to realize where he actually was. And when he looked at the wounded man, everything came rushing back to him. And this man that was, on the bed was awake, and he looked at the king and he said, please forgive me, I'm really sorry. So the king was a little puzzled and he said, you don't have to be sorry for anything, because I don't think I know you, so I don't think there's anything that I have to forgive you for. And the man said that you might not know me, but I know you. I'm an enemy of yours, and I was coming to this hut when I heard that you'd be here all by yourself to kill you. But your bodyguards, sort of found me on the way. They recognized me and they wounded me. But I want to thank you because had you not tended to my wound, I wouldn't have made it. So thank you very much, and I'm, apologetic for having ill intentions towards you. So the king thought about it. He processed what had just been shared with him, and he walked out of the hut. And he further shared it with the hermit, who was sowing seeds in the beds that they had dug, yesterday. So the king said, I better be on my way, but I just want to ask you this one last time, would you be willing to share the answers to the questions that I've asked of you? And the hermit just smiled and said, why do you need me to answer them? They've already been answered for you. The king looked puzzled and he said, what are you talking about? You haven't said a word to me about the answers since yesterday. So where have they been answered? And the hermit said that yesterday when you came to me, and you offered to help me and you started digging, had you not done that and had you gone on your way after not receiving a response, this enemy of yours would have waylaid you and killed you. So yesterday, that moment when you started digging and you started helping me, that was the most important moment. So that was the most important time. I was the most important person at that moment because I was the one in front of you and you were helping me. And that was the most important thing to do, to help me. And then when the man came running to us, he became the most important person. And that time of helping him became the most important time. And, helping him, saving him, that became the most important thing. So the king still looked a little puzzled and he didn't quite understand. And the hermit said, the most important time to begin anything is right now, because that's the time that we have any power over. Yeah. The most important person that you should be engaging with is the person right in front of you. And the most important thing to do is to work with that person and continue to do good to that person, because that's the life purpose and that's the reason why we've been sent on earth. And the king felt satisfied with the answers he received, and he thanked the hermit and walked away. But I really want to know from you, what do you think about the hermit's response to the king?